So here I'm back. Not hope I'm going to get into all I said I would last night. I've had an extremely busy day. Done more things than what I was meant to do, and I'm definitely having an early night. So I can only get into the most important things, so I'm sure there's going to be more, even though I did want to kind of tie it all up. Anyway, so we're going to talk about, I suppose, the most important things that I can talk about right now. And one of them is my sudden massive weight loss. Yeah, my sudden massive weight loss I clearly didn't want, or I didn't need to lose anyway. Do you know what I mean? I didn't need to lose anyway. I love food, okay? My Taurus sun in Vedic astrology. We rule food. I love to cook and I certainly love to bake. Anyway, I don't know or never had an issue with my weight either. I don't even have weighing scales. I only weigh myself once a year when I go to my father's friends because it's just there. You know what I mean? Because it's there. And that's how I know. Obviously, you know when you put on your fucking clothes, Jesus, I've lost a bit, or definitely these are getting tight on me. You know it that way. But I don't weigh myself either, yeah? So I've never had, even after my pregnancy, I went back to my normal size, do you know what I mean? So I never even had any issue with weight whatsoever. Granted, I did put on a half a stone during COVID because I was baking the fucking everything aside with absolute boredom, but I think everybody put on weight during the biggest scam this universe has ever seen. I just had to put that one out there. Anyway, so I clearly didn't see that I was losing weight, but I wasn't that hungry. And I had no appetite, but plenty of people are coming to my YouTube every day to watch me. They were told to by Mark. Most of his friends on Instagram, in fact, especially the ones I named out yesterday, they all came to watch me. Now why? Because it's only the common denominator as Mark has told you to come watch me. So, you know, I think these friends need to have a little think there for themselves, right? So the divine tells me he was glorified every day watching the weight fall off me. Me turning to skin and bone was really making him happy. That's enough, isn't it? Two, as I said that. That's really enough. If that could make somebody happy or somebody really losing weight, that's enough there. He was so excited to tell these so-called spiritual people because finally he could see something he was doing on me was starting to work, because he couldn't see anything else, you see. This is working, yeah? Well, something he was doing was working, and he felt so fucking powerful in himself. God will never bless you for that, Mark. Never. The range of black magic done by him and his coven was massive weight loss, turned to skin and bone, starved to death, loss of appetite, just don't feel hungry. Him and 5 others did this up to 6 times per day, along with confuse her intuition and confusion spells. I lost a total, and I didn't realise till I went to France in August. I lost a clearly because that's the time I weighed myself. I lost a total of 15 kgs. Wow, 15 kgs. Before I broke his illusionary magic and realised, and you know, I only realised when I was editing a video before I went to France. I only realised when I was editing a video for YouTube on my editing app. That's where I saw it. You ready for this, yeah? But I never saw it when I was looking in the mirror. This is the magic that I do. I did not see me losing weight. It was only when I was editing the video, I saw this arm. I think it was this arm. And I was like, oh my fucking God. So whatever magic this was, something got connected to do with a fucking mirror, because I didn't see it, okay? So I only saw it when I was looking in the mirror. Funny that, wasn't it? You pants. So I had to reverse this up to 8 times a day and set reminders on my phone because of all the confusion magic. This is what I had to do to put back on weight. Anyone can clearly say I've put back on weight, yeah? From what I was. Go back and check the last videos before I took my break. You'll see how skinny I went. So yeah, I put reminders on my phone for it to beep because of what they were fucking doing, yeah? Sadly, they've also do it on Eileen now as well. Stop eating in school, refuse to eat dinner at home, only eat junk food, never anything healthy. But thank God I was on top of that new list and she actually didn't lose any weight. Thank fucking God. And as you can see, the weight is definitely going back on me. Now, last Sunday was my first time to be on camera for weeks, and that was for the prophetic message. Oh, Mark wasn't happy to see me looking healthy, and that I clearly gained weight because I have not been on camera in how long? 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks, I'm not too sure. So these so-called spiritual people on his Instagram that came to watch this, did you not see a red flag that he had absolutely no concern, but he was actually happy about it? Is that not a red flag for you? If I was one of you and I was told, go watch her on YouTube and talk about the weight, and I see that day after day after day, I'd be very concerned. So tell me, allegedly spiritual people in London, why weren't you concerned? Okay, you're not all in London, they just corrected me. Why weren't you concerned? Did you not question why he was happy? How would that make any normal human being happy? Yeah? Shouldn't any normal person be concerned? So he wasn't concerned, and neither were any of you. Why weren't any of you? Yeah, why weren't any of you concerned? I would have been concerned. I really would have been concerned. Ex or not. Especially since he tells you, he told ye all. It doesn't matter that I'm his ex. He told ye all. His family do black magic on me. And yet not one of you were concerned. Not one of you could have the decency to reach out and even say, are you okay? Or ask him, Mark, you know your family's doing black magic on her. Why are you not concerned? Like, why was he coming telling ye? Shouldn't he have been coming telling me? No? Because he's told you all his family does black magic on me. There was a clear lack of empathy from you all. You know the divine tells me everything, yeah? Because, come on, no one's that fucking great of psychic. The divine tells me everything. He showed no empathy. Not one of you were worried or concerned, but yet you all took the time out every fucking day to come to this YouTube channel. You're fucking as sick-minded as him, let me tell you that. None of you are light workers. Now Pablo, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because I don't like people mispronouncing my fucking surname, to be honest with you. Pablo, I really do hope I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. But you laughed the hardest of all of them, didn't you? You laughed the hardest with Mark. Is that because you're riding each other? Is that why, Pablo? Another sick-minded man, aren't you? Because you seem to hate me a lot, right? I don't know you. Never met you. Never talked to you. Never did a fucking thing to you. But yet you hate me. And thank God I've never met you. He really did incite you to hate me. And Sophie too, the other one that he'd been riding. Sophie, does your husband know? Does your husband know that you're riding him? Does he? No, we don't think so. And Rena too. Rena was another person. That's the 3 people Mark fucked. Incited every one of them to hate me on their fucking pillow talk shit after fucking sex. And I've never did a goddamn thing to any of these 3 people I've just named. Never met them, never spoke to them. He's fucked them, badmouthed me after sex. And yet they all hate me. Well, you're truly an evil soul, Mark, I can tell you that. But there is a fucking law against what that alone, there's a law against what you did. Every one of the dying Coven members he incited to hate me. And directed them all to torture me and my business. Then he went really low. Because that was just for a while. Me, my business, my money, my income. Then he went really low. It was my 10-year-old daughter. That's actually his sole daughter, but hey ho. My cat. Then he started attacking my mother. My friends. My other family members then. And then my neighbour, who was a very sick woman. That's the more recent one, my neighbour. Because she helps me. It seems nobody is off limits for this deranged narcissist who tells everybody, I'm away with a fairy. I'm away with the fairies. There's only one fairy hereby. Isn't that right? You fucking punts. So this swinger that likes to manipulate and treat everybody like a fool, he really only uses people. Isn't that right? He was brought up by the two biggest thieves this universe has ever seen. His parents will make history. They were going to make history. Now, there you go. Get excited, Paul and Mary. You're going to make history. You're going to make history for this. And that is a fact. That's what the divine has told me. That is what's going to happen. A secret 4-year investigation has been going on into Paul and how he has such wealth. But these undercover guards knew exactly how he did it. They knew he harvested from my divine wealth. He's bragged about it to so many people. 11, as I said that, bragged. He bragged about it to so many within the Freemasons. He told them all about me and how I was being targeted. Severely was Paul's word, wasn't it, Paul? You used the word severely. I know severely, but you know what I mean? I know that because I'm on the receiving end of that. But you bragged about it. In front of 2 undercover guards. You're fucking clever. Yeah. So severely was the word he used. 2. So it's not just going to be my say-so. It's not just me coming here and saying they're doing this. Yeah, but plenty of people Mark's told as well. But he's done it in front of 2 undercover cops. And fucking potentially only one of those 4 guards is in his lodge of the other 4. The dodgy ones. So they've heard it from the horse's mouth himself. Didn't they? You punts. So 4 years ago, 2 men joined your lodge, didn't they, Paul? In fact, Paul, you ready for this? Since you're the head of them all, yeah? There was many men joining a good few lodges 4 years ago. 13 on Garda Síochána are in your organisation undercover. Oh, you didn't even know. Too busy focusing on me to see what the fuck was coming in, listening and watching it. See? Took the eye off the ball there. Too busy watching me. And they joined to personally take you fucking down. The reason I'm laughing here, Paul, is because isn't that the very same thing? That happened. That 4 years ago they joined to take you down. And that was the exact same time that you directed Mark to torture the living soul out of me. That's what you told your son. Torture the living soul out of her. First, having done black magic on him first, of course. And then you told him to torture me. At the same time, these guards, sorry, I had no fucking idea. Clearly didn't fucking have an idea. So, God really does work in mysterious ways, Paul. The exact same time. The exact same time. Fuck my life. So, you have no idea, Paul, really and truly, how fucked you were. But I do. I fucking do. They too, like me, know there's 8 Catholic Church priests in the Republic of Ireland, in the Freemasons. They will be leaving the Catholic Church now, including the one that's in Kilkenny. I'm going for him first, naturally, this word of. Maybe Joe and Derek could go visit him and tell him. Joe and Derek, can you go and do that? Can you go visit him and tell him? Because these 2 fools would do anything for you, wouldn't they, Paul? To do anything for you. I just heard my guide nod on that. I was thinking you waiting them too, but they just said no. The divine also told me, Paul, that you sent 2 Freemasons down to Derek's house in just outside of Dungarvan in County Waterford today, after 15 missed calls yesterday. And me telling you my ancestor dropped him and brought him straight to hell. You really didn't believe me. I'm not a liar, Paul. I have no reason to lie. I'm a truth speaker, yeah? People that lie don't lie. See, that's why Mark is the dark, because all he does is lie, yeah? So believe me. Well, He didn't answer the door to them, did he, Paul? Did Declan answer the door to these two Freemasons that called? He even asked him to break into his home and take his phone. Who's that, Paul? Was it the 15 missed calls, or was it just the reasons, like, that you talked to him before it went down and that you paid him all that money? Yeah? Here's news for you, Paul. Derek's neighbour phoned the garage today. His body was removed at 6 p.m. this evening. The guards have a fair idea how he passed, considering the salt all around the table, the black candles, and 3 separate books on his kitchen table. They have his phone too, Paul. It's very easy to join the dots. I mean, even fucking Jason on desk duty could join the fucking dots with this one. Do you know what I mean? Because he's not the brightest, whatever. Kind of all leads back to you, doesn't it, Paul? Because Mark really hadn't a fucking clue that you ordered that. So, yeah, Mark hadn't a clue that you ordered that on his sole wife and his daughters, did he? And you're very sneaky. When did you tell him? When did you tell him? You're going to have more bad news tomorrow, Paul. Because of that. Because specifically you're doing that ritual on me and my 2 daughters. God really doesn't play around when it comes to me, does he? Paul, I think it's fairly evident at this stage. You won't admit defeat, but Paul, it's over. You're fucking powerless. You're a 5 foot not little pounce. You're you're like your son. You were never any match for me. Your delusional brain was telling you otherwise, or was that the demons you conjured up? You made the many promises, Paul, but you failed to deliver. You're fucking full of shit, you are. So, all these demons, they're attacking you something fierce and you're quite scared. But like Rena, you think you'd be at home with these. You also, so the divine tells me now, Paul, do you know what I mean? This is where I got all my information. Straight from the Most High himself, yeah? God sees all. I've never heard of that one, Paul, no. The divine tells me that you also had a picture of me on a projected screen in your lodge, Paul. Why, Paul? Why have you got a picture of me up in your lodge? You fancy me too now, do you? Thankfully, I know you never masturbated over my pictures, but that one really... Oh, that would hurt my stomach, like, unlike Lee. Actually, how is Lee? How is he? I was put on full display for all the members of his lodge, wasn't I? Even Mark was present. Weren't you, bye? Mark was present that day. November 2018. This is the day he bragged. He'd have me on my knees in 4 months. Really? Well, it's 4 years now, Paul, and that's never fucking happened. So it's clear to see you tell a lot of lies. It's really not hard to see where your mini-me gets it from then, isn't it? Lots of lies. All you do is lie to Toby. Those 2 guards, Paul and Mark, were present that day and have been following me ever since. Give me all these fans. And I hadn't even a fucking clue. I didn't even know a clue. I had no clue what was going on. You even got up and gave a little speech, didn't you, Mark? You told him all about me. Mark finally felt admired and special up on that stage. Your fucking special needs. That's all you were. You told them that I was an idiot. Excuse me. It's not me going to prison for the rest of my life. Who's the fucking idiot? I wasn't the only person put up on that projector that day, was I, Mark? Was I the only person? Nope. You had our mentor Tony put up on it too, didn't you? Another divine soul like me. 2 divine souls you planned to fleece and ruin. Didn't you? That's the day, Mark, that you swore an oath to take me and him down. It's you just fucking going down here, Mark. Fucking fool. And it's me, my ancestors and God are making sure that you go down. The only people being kept alive right now, well, are the ones we have no real evidence on. The rest have left, and there are still 5 more to go. Dropping like flies is a fucking understatement, isn't it? Karma will always be a bigger bitch than me. That's why I sit back and allow God to take care of you. He listens to my prayers, Mark, unlike yours. Mark was praying. Oh my God, Mark was praying. Mark actually prayed today, mind you. For all this to stop, all this karma, I presume, backlash, what he's doing, pray for it all to stop. You and the dark side started this. I certainly didn't. Not me or any true person of the light. I didn't do a fucking thing wrong. Did I, Mark? You picked your side, and that's where you'll stay. I gave you, like the others, enough warnings. This was going to happen if you didn't stop. But you just laughed at my posts. You laughed. Were you laughing this evening, Mark, were you? Were you laughing this evening? We don't think so. Tomorrow won't be much better. In fact, it's about to get a lot harder for you. But you, like everyone else, earned this karma for torturing us. We were innocent people. And well, you knew. You're innocent of nothing. So fucking suck it up, buttercup. So fucking crying like a little fucking bitch. You, and only you, created this reality for yourself. You thought I'd be an easy target. Well, fuck you. Fuck you. You were never any match for me. Not on any fucking level, lads. For fuck's sake. You really got out of your depth there, didn't you? Now, you better go back in your fucking trap, you little rat. I hope you rot in prison, Mark. For the rest of your life. I mean, your daddy is on death's door as it is. You know, will he even make the fucking trial, Mark? Like, you're going down for the entire lot here. And I hope, like, maybe at some point you might actually have a little awakening and actually say that, because you seem to be fairly fucking still deluded. Well, Rena and Fuzzy will too, but everything really points to you, because I never met any of these people. I only met you. Isn't that right? I never met any of these other people. I only met you. Never even talked to these people. Never even did it. I didn't even do anything to you. So you see who's going down for the whole lot? You see? I really can't get through these things. Like, I really wanted to get through these things. The day went on me and I had so much to do. And I'm going to have an early night for myself, because it can't be all work. Do you know what I mean? Gotta have some balance. So I will be back tomorrow night with more.